Hi, this is Tim Yoder with Fit Small Business. Today I'm going to teach you how to connect your bank accounts in order to import your transactions into QuickBooks Online. This lesson covers only the connection to the bank account and the importing of the transactions. To learn how to classify the transactions, we have another lesson in part 4 of our series, Managing Bank Transactions. You can find all 46 of our free QuickBooks Online tutorials by Googling Fit Small Business QuickBooks Online Tutorials. So let's get started connecting our bank account. The first thing we need to do is make sure we have an account set up in our chart of accounts that's going to receive the bank transactions. So let's go to Accounting and Chart of Accounts. Paul's Plumbing has a number of bank accounts. Today we're going to use this U.S. Bank Checking 9966. If you don't already have the account set up, you'll want to go up to here and click New, and that'll bring up a new screen. I'm going to just edit the account I'm going to use, and so you'll want to make sure when you create the new account, the account type is bank, detail type is checking, and then give it a name that's descriptive. So this is a checking account with US Bank ending in 9966. Okay, so if you have a beginning balance, when you're setting up a new account, if it has a beginning balance, you'll want to enter that in this screen. That'll take that beginning balance, place it into the checking account. The offsetting entry will go to an equity account called opening balance, and that way that opening balance won't count as income. Okay, so you want to make sure you decide at what point do you want to start using the checking account for your business in QuickBooks Online, and so the beginning balance will be the balance immediately prior to when you want to start recording the transactions in QuickBooks Online. And remember what that date is, because we'll need to specify that date when we go to import transactions. Okay, so we have our account created. I'm going to save and close, and now we can connect it to our bank. So let's go to Transactions, Banking. Okay, if we don't have any bank accounts connected yet, this is the screen we'll see. And let's say we want to connect account. Now, you need to find your bank. So they support 20,000 local and international banks, and so more than likely your bank will be one of them. Even small local banks generally can be connected. This is US Bank, and so I'm just going to click on US Bank. If your bank account is not listed, I'll show you another way to import the transactions toward the end of this lesson. But for now, let's work on just connecting the account so that transactions automatically load on a daily basis. So once you select the bank, you're going to have to sign into your bank account. So prior to starting this whole process, make sure that you have online access to your account. If you don't, you won't be able to do this process. So make sure you have online access to your account, know what your credentials are, your username and your password prior to starting this process. So this is telling me I need to connect to US Bank. So I'm going to hit continue. Now this screen I'm going to pull away here for security purposes. I'm going to log into the website. Okay, so now these next few screens will likely be different depending on your bank, because these are all screens that come from your bank account. So US Bank is asking me basically to confirm that I want to allow them to share my information with Intuit, which is QuickBooks, so I'm going to authorize them to do so. What data do you want to share? So if you have multiple accounts, again, this is US Bank, but most banks will be similar. If you have multiple accounts, you want to specify which account, and I want to share my checking 9966. Submit and close. Okay, and so that was the stuff that was specific to US Bank. Now we can see QuickBooks Online is actually importing the data. Do you want to connect this account? I have to select it. Enter account type. This is this is actually a little misnomer. It says account type. It's actually asking you which account do you want to connect to. So here I need to choose US Bank checking 9966. Now if you forgot to set up the account, that's where we started at, was setting up the account, but if you forgot to set it up, you can add a new account at this point as well. So let's select our US Bank 9966. When do I want to start? I'm going to start at the beginning of this year. Now this is where it was important that when you set up the account, you decided at what date do you want to start recording transactions, because that's the date you're going to want to put here. You could put a custom date and put the date you want to start recording transactions. If there was a balance prior to that date, that's the balance you should have entered when you originally set up the account. Okay, so I'm just going to do this year. So all of them this year. Hit connect, and it should work automatically from here. Give it a couple minutes. There's not much activity in this account, so it should just be a few. And here we go. So it's bringing over just a few. Those are all the transactions I have in this account. And now I'll go through and classify them. We talk about how to do that in another lesson. So I'm going to flip over here to our tutorials. So all of our tutorials have a sidebar here that show you the 46 different tutorials. In order to find your banking transactions, it's this one. It's part 4, and how to manage download banking transactions. Okay, and this is where you can learn about classifying these transactions that have pulled over. Okay, great. So this is how we connect the account using your login credentials. The transactions will update at least daily, or you can come in here and you can manually click update to get them to update. And that's all that's to it. All you have to do after that is categorize them, or if you have some transactions entered in QuickBooks for that account, you can match them to the existing transactions. Very slick. Okay, so preferably this is the way you can handle your checking transactions, importing your checking transactions. However, this will only go back a few months. It varies a little bit bank to bank, but generally it goes back 3 to 6 months. If you need to import transactions prior to that time, you're going to have to import them via a QBO file or a CSV file. So let's learn how to do that. First, I'm going to disconnect this account because I want to use the same account again. Actually, you know what? Before that, I'm going to exclude all these transactions. This is just my way of deleting them. Again, I'm just doing this so that I can use the same account again. I'm going to disconnect the account. Okay, so let's do the same thing again, but this time, instead of connecting the account so that it automatically updates, we're just going to upload a file with all of the transactions. So I'm going to say upload transactions. Now, I can upload transactions that are in a CSV file, a QFX, QBO, OFX, or TXT file. So this is going to depend on your bank. You'll need to sign into your bank account. For US Bank, you go into where you're actually viewing the account activity, and there's a button download. You can choose to either download a QBO or a CSV. So every bank's going to be a little different. Preferably, you can download the QBO file. It's going to be a little bit less work. So I've already logged into US Bank. I found the QBO file and I downloaded it. It's right here, so all I have to do is drag it and drop it there and click Next. I also could have done a CSV file, but the QBO file is a little bit easier. So I'm going to go Continue. Which account are these transactions from? So again, this is where you need to select the checking account. And again, it's this US Bank 9966. Continue. Import complete. Done. So that's actually very, very quick as well. And here are those same 5 transactions again. This time we imported them through a file. So the import process is very, very quick. The difference is with this method, you have to go onto the website, download the transactions first, then click and drag them to your QuickBooks for them to be uploaded. So preferably you want to connect the account, but this is a good alternative. The other thing you can do with this is if your bank doesn't offer a QBO file, you can download a CSV file, do exactly the same thing we just did there, but there will be an extra step where you'll have to help QuickBooks map the columns in your CSV file to the correct fields in QuickBooks. And so it'll give you hints, it'll walk you through the process, it'll automatically match what it thinks the correct mapping is, but you'll have to verify that and make any corrections. So it is a little bit more difficult with a CSV file, but it's very doable. It's not that hard, but it is more difficult than the QBO file. So I think preferably you connect your bank account with your credentials so that it updates automatically. If that's not possible, or you have to go back further than that history allows, you can upload a QBO file from your bank. If QBO files are not available, you can upload a CSV file from your bank. And I would almost think all banks would have some sort of CSV file or Excel spreadsheet download. Excel spreadsheets can be saved as CSV files and used. Great, so once you get your transactions imported, again, go to our other tutorial, which is how to manage and download banking transactions. Great. Thank you for watching my QuickBooks Online video. Appreciate your time. Please visit all 46 of our free QuickBooks Online tutorials by Googling Fit Small Business QuickBooks Online Tutorials.